Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream. We're on the two go now. We're headed to another trip. Shout out to the NTZ crew. There's Jacob Tanjay. I don't know if Michael Beach of Life is in here yet, but I know he's back in the country. Shout out to my old heads, there's Doubtful Genius. What's up, Dre? Michael Alexander, all my fourth quarter members. Thank y'all so much. Let me know. Somebody give me a thumbs up if I'm coming in clear because I'm actually on the boat. I don't know what kind of signal I'm getting. Somebody give me a thumbs up. What's up, Ryan Lawson, Kate Dallas? What's up, Michael Beach of Life? Okay, he said, yeah, loud and clear. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. I didn't even check the peso for me, honey. Just put USD to PHP on there. Well, we always have a topic. Today's topic is Lapu Lapu or Cebu City, the Twin Cities. Which is going to be best for you? And I just want to kind of talk about um, a little bit about the meet and greet. You know, the peso is 58.22, so it's back over 58. I was watching a video the other day. Well, actually yesterday, they were talking about it crashing to 61 this year. Michael Beach of Life says 62. Anybody catching this on replay, thank y'all. That's Thomas Marshall, man. Yeah, he came to the meet and greet. I finally met Thomas. He's not as big. He looks like a big guy on his profile picture, but he's really a slim guy. He looks a lot younger for his age. He's older than me. He looks younger than me. I didn't know you were that old. I mean, well, that's not old, but hell, I didn't know you were that old, man. I thought you were in your 50s. What's up, TJ? I saw where you and Mika, man, was on that damn motorcycle, man. You like a speed demon. I know I'm not gonna ride with you ever. I gotta make a mental note of that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this damn StreamYard, Jeffrey. It doesn't give me the landscape anymore. I'm gonna see what I can do up here. But man, we had a good time Saturday. It was a great turnout. I'm glad Michael Beach of Life showed up with that equipment so we could document it. And he made an observation, which uh, was pretty profound to me. He said, Cal, because he comes to all the meet and greets, just about, if he's in the country, no matter where they are. He said, this is the first meet and greet I had where it was like a 50-50 split, black and white. He said, not that we care, but he said it's noticeable. And I thought, yeah, well, that'll show the haters. But I was just thankful, man, that everybody showed up. And the guy was real nice, the owner, to let us have that place. He cut out that 12 to 4 time slot for everybody. But man, some amazing people that showed up. But it always like that. Whatever meet and greet I have, like Sam McCall, he always comes to my meet and greet, no matter where they are. Just unbelievable people. And I was talking to Sam. His name was Sam too. He's a flight attendant for United, based out of San Francisco. Now imagine this: I'm worried about one trip because my flight leaves next week. I'm not going to tell everybody exactly when, but yeah, it leaves next week, and I was worried about that. And don't you know he flies into Manila 4 times a week, 4 times a week, and then of course he goes back. He's on that San Francisco to Manila direct flight. And it really put in perspective, like, man, you all up in your head. This man flies to Manila 4 times a week. All I got to do is make it back. I got one round trip to America and back, and I'm sweating that. What's up, Nate? But yeah, the food was pretty decent, man. He said that, the cook was pretty good. Price is pretty reasonable. We got him some receipts. To do, which is one. He says, that's a nice Houston shirt you were wearing on the picture for the stream. Yeah, Monroe Anderson bought that here. He's here from Houston. He's in Cebu right now. He came to the meet and greet. It is nice, man. It's become one of my favorite shirts because it's a draft fit. Now, this shirt I got on today, Dave Meehan from Rochester, New York. He bought me in Maryland a Tokyo shirt. But yeah, that is a real nice shirt. It's comfortable too. Monroe's a real deal. And it's crazy. He gave me the Houston shirt, right, Marlon? And we ended up eating at the Texas Roadhouse in Ayala Mall, man. I had the Roadhouse burger. I believe it's what it was called. It's the best hamburger I've had in all the Philippines. And you got to realize if you ever been to Ayala Mall, it's right next door to TGI Fridays. It blows any hamburger they got away. I mean, it's 7 ounce. It's a 7 ounce burger. I mean, it's delicious. And of course, they give you all that free bread, and I think Maryland had the boneless barbecue chicken. And I think Dave and his girlfriend had the shrimp. But it was all good, man. And the drinks, like we had the strawberry mango drinks, it was real fruit. So the food was really, really delicious. And I hope anybody that was able to go to Lapu Lapu went to the Morning Glory Grill. See, I tell you all the time, man, when I first went to Lapu Lapu, man, it was really, really nice. It hasn't regained its standing yet. The pandemic did a whammy on Lapu Lapu. It hasn't recovered. But Lapu Lapu, you could come to Lapu Lapu and not go anywhere else. And that's exactly what I did. TJ said, Ellen laughed my ass off. You have to ride like that in Vietnam. I drop speed when I have tourists with me. Man, y'all were rolling. I told Merle, I said, well, let me put that in my mental Rolodex not to get on the bike with him. Because when I get back, we're coming over there. That's the first place we're coming. He said, look like big fun, brother. It was, man. I mean, I met some great people. Omar from the Bahamas. I mean, the guy, Kurt from Jamaica. I'm going to interview him, man. He's an interesting guy. Kevin from New York. There's a bunch of people. Ghost from Chicago. Of course, Stephen. Y'all saw that video. You see why we need to get more, interview more people like that. They've got interesting stories, man. They will never be interviewed. No one else is going to interview them but me. I mean, this guy, he's 43. Matter of fact, okay, Michael B. Life is young. He was like the youngest guy, him and Franz, until I start meeting these other guys. They're in the 44, 45, something like that. But then we met a guy who was 39. I met a guy who was 42, John. Shout out, John, if you're watching. I think he's still in Lapu Lapu. And then I met a young guy. He's 32, man. He was 32 years old. And he's retired. He's not a digital nomad. He says, how do I find out when the next meet and greet? I usually just announce them, Victor. And as soon as I get back, we'll do a meet and greet. Because I'm not going to be gone long, man. People, some of my long-time subscribers, man, they were really, I mean, on my case, like, they thinking I was leaving the Philippines for good. Man, this is my home. That's not my home anymore. I got a family here. I got a home here. If it wasn't for my daughter, remember I told you, me and my 22-year-old daughter. We're real close. She's gonna let me stay with her. Otherwise, man, I don't have any place to stay there. I mean, I'm pretty sure, one of my sisters and brothers would allow me to stay, but my life is here, and that's what I'm gonna tell them when I get home, because I have 1,000 questions. Where you been? This and that. It's just that, I came here, man, and everything fell into place. I mean, everything. It couldn't have uh, worked out any better than it has, man. This 6.5 year run. And while I remember, because Michael B. Chalanga sent me something the other day, he said, "Man, did you know you were approaching 20 million views?" I didn't. I don't even check stuff like that. He sent me a screenshot, but now it's over 20 million, man. I want to thank y'all for that. And of course, there's people with a lot more, the bigger channels and everything. But for me, just to sit in front of a phone, basically, I never but a phone for my vlogs and just talk about my life in the Philippines. I think that's incredible. But I owe it all to y'all, man, because I had to get rid of a guy. He says, "Oh, you think you're a celebrity?" No, I don't. Anybody's ever met me knows I don't. No, I don't. I don't take the stuff for granted, man. Because without your viewers and subscribers, man, you're nothing. Because now here we go. I've met some celebrities over here, you know, but believe it or not, in the real world, depending on how big your channel is, YouTube bloggers, they're like third or fourth class celebrities. They're way down there, but they're recognized though. He said, "Which Monroe are you talking about?" Okay, if you go watch the video, he's got the Texas uh, shirt on. Well, it doesn't say Texas, something Texas, burgundy, with him and his girlfriend. Her name is Flora. They call her Flo. They're sitting right next, and they're right next to Kobe, who has the Brothers in the Philippines Association. They got a great group of guys. They meet, I believe they meet the first Sunday of every month. And, it's for new people, people just getting settled in. And they, talk about the do's and don'ts and just share their experiences. Yeah, the Texas Roadhouse, man. I tell you, those roads taste just like the roads in America. And that was gonna be the sort of like the leveling stick, is to see is this the same Texas Roadhouse. And man, Merlin fell in love with it. Dave Mean, his girlfriend, they took some home. Thomas said, "It was finally nice to meet you and your lady, Cal. The workers were really nice too." Yeah, and I want to make this clear, man. Those wasn't bar girls. That's just their outfit, man. That's just their outfit. They're not bar girls. But they were, I wasn't able to hook Cisco. He wanted a patch. I had to order some more. We sold out of the patches that were popular. And I'm also having some hats made. I'm just gonna offer a few little seamstresses, and she can make anything. Really, really nice. Yeah, I think this is Monroe right here. Man, that shirt you gave me, man, that Houston shirt and the Texas shirt. And see, we didn't even know. When we got up in the morning, we said, "Well, let's wear these shirts." We had no idea we were gonna end up in the Texas Roadhouse. But that shirt, them was real nice shirts, man. You bought. I mean, it was no joke. That's that draft fit. It's a Hanes too. That thing is top of the line. Man, it's so comfortable. Too bad I'm going back to Stephen Michael White. He's got a channel here too. He's got a channel here. Um, yeah, he's only 43. Now he did 20 years in the military, but that investing, see, that may be something you young guys. They always say, "Well, how can I get over there before I'm 62?" If you start listening to some of these guys and following their advice, that's a good way. He said, "Big Cal, what's your top five beautiful countries for women?" He said, "Man, is the DR, the PR, Venezuela, Ethiopia, and the Philippines." You bias, you're only gonna say the field. No, no. I've been to Brazil. I've been to Colombia. I've been to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Cartagena, Colombia. I've been to uh, what's the name of that place in Kenya? Mombasa, Kenya, Philippines, and of course, America. I'm gonna tell you, you want to see some beautiful women, go down to Texas. Go to Texas. I worked down there on the oil field back in 2001 or 2002. It was either 2001, 2002. And those Mexican Americans, the Mexicans who were actually born here, men, women are stunners, man. You want to see some beautiful women, you don't even have to leave the United States. Now, will they have an attitude? What's up, Blizzard Abroad? But now, I told you on my last uh, live stream, Rashad, 50% of the reason that I put the Philippines at the top is because of the weather, man. I love the weather here because where we live, there are no typhoons and all that. And then it's the lifestyle, which includes the people, because I choose the Philippines with this warmth, you know, with the warm and welcoming people over the cold infrastructure. See, the infrastructure, it doesn't do it for me, man. To some people it does. They have to have that infrastructure. For me, I don't. So I picked the warmth of the Philippines over the cold infrastructure, man. The coldness of the infrastructure. What's up, Matt? He said, "Hey, brother Cal, not trying to rowdy your cage, but man, this plane crashing got me thinking. One more again in Toronto. Yeah," he said, "the Delta Airlines coming in for a landing. Praying for your safe flight, bro." Yeah, thank you, man. I'm not worried about it, man. I'm really, what's got me, and I was talking to Merle, I'm angry, man. I really don't want to go back. And that's me. I don't give a damn attitude. And uh, I'll be going back on those A330s from Manila to Taipei, and then that A330-900 Neo from uh, Taipei to Seattle. Man, it's only 11 hours. But then once I get to Seattle, I've got a 4-hour flight to Chicago. But hell, that'll be the shortest flight I've ever made from, overseas to America. 11 hours and 20 minutes. I can do that versus 15 hours. Coming over here, I flew Cathay Pacific, and from Chicago to Hong Kong was 15 hours straight. And that A330-900 Neo, that's a big plane. And all the seats so far, I've got the aisle. Now they didn't let me choose my seat in the Philippine Airlines. Is the first flight I'm taking. But once I check in, I just tell them, give me an aisle seat. Because I gotta use it a lot when I'm up there. I don't want to be, uh, you know, intruding on people and they, hey, excuse me, and all that. But yeah, that A330-900 Neo, man, that's a big ass plane. That's huge. And I already researched it. They say it's a smooth, comfortable flight. What? A cover. You may have to get the cover, son. You have to give an ID. Take the ticket with you. Yeah, I'm on the two go. We're just gonna relax today. He said, y'all can welcome to come to Vietnam for the next meet and greet. I have a few venues I can potentially pull out of my pocket. Man, that's a good idea. He said, sounds interesting. He said, even though I'm an old white dude, I really enjoy your Every Black Man Has a Story series. They have all been interesting stories. Yeah, it's really not, everybody can enjoy it, in Matt. It's people making a big deal out of that. I don't know why, because, okay, uh, I sit and I watch white men interviewing each other all the time. I don't understand why a white guy doesn't think he can sit and watch a black man interviewing another black man. I don't get that. That really baffles me. We really need to grow up, okay? Because I don't have a choice. My whole life, see, when I'm in the company, okay, I've worked for companies where I was the only black. I've been to parties where I'm the only black. I'm expected to blend in. I don't feel uncomfortable. But Angelo Habib, sometimes when he comes to the meet and greet, him and Michael Beach are like maybe the only white guys there, right? He's really uncomfortable for real. And but I'm forced to do it my whole life. I'm not uncomfortable, you know. Uh, but it's for everybody. When you see me, you see a black man. I mean, we're underserved over here, and I just thought, hey, let's just it's just a play on words, really. That's all it is. Instead of everyone has a story or every man has a story, I just put every black man has a story. That's not the name of my channel. It's just a series, and it triggers a lot of people, which to me is immature and ignorance. I'm not talking about you, man, but I'm not supposed to complain. I'm not supposed to say, hey, I'm a 61-year-old black man, and I really enjoy every man has a story. Or watching Paul interview guys, or Geo and all that. Okay, but if I say if you see two black men, then I'm inconveniencing people for some reason. I don't get it, guys. Come on, I really don't. But people are triggered by that. Well, I'm sorry. You know, it's like some guy said you need to change it to every expat has a story. No, it's every black man has a story. Okay, every expat. He said those girls were pretty sweet. I didn't want to look too much at them because my girl was with me. Yeah, those two that see, they were gonna let me do a full interview with them. But then Maryland came in and I was like, nah, I better not do it. Just show her some respect. They were gonna do the whole interview because those two 19-year-olds, they were fine, man. Okay. Yeah, I saw Mr. Well, he actually uh sponsored one of the events. He gives away a lot of money like that. He's got some game show on right now where he's giving away 5 million or something, or 1 million. It's a bunch of people. It looks sort of like a not Hunger Games. What was the one with the Koreans? They sort of like a game show. At the end, they get all the money. He said, Cal, I'll tell you what, those two ladies on shorts were beautiful. Cal was getting his interview on. Yeah, I wanted to do the whole interview. But, I'm going to show some respect to my woman. But they were really nice, honestly. I mean, they really were. They were humble, man, because in person, you think they look good on that damn video, man, person, man, those were two stunners, man, right there. Body and everything. There wasn't a typical Filipinas, okay? Like I said, I'm being respectful. I'm showing the face and hair. The other one, uh, that starts with a B, I forgot her name. The first one I interviewed, and she was going like this. I saw her going like this in a camera. One of the other waitresses had a camera, and she was going like that. I was like, man, if I did that, I'd get 1 million views. Yeah, he said, Monroe, I was wearing a Texas Southern University shirt. Yeah, that's Burgundy. That's him, Michael Beecher Life. Michael Beecher Life, you know Monroe. Remember, Monroe was the one I interviewed a long time ago, where he married a married woman. And see, he's a good guy. A good job, I mean, great job. Beautiful home in Texas. It was her. She missed out. What? Okay, yeah. They don't have no what? Not yet. For two people. Only thing that's wrong here because we wanted to get the stateroom, which wasn't going to be that much more, but it was sold out. We just don't have our own bathroom. We got a sink over here, but we wanted the stateroom. He says we need much more black men stories in the Philippines. The sooner we all can realize we have something great in common, the sooner we can get back to being a real community. That's right, man. I don't care what color you are. If you over here in the Philippines, all it takes for you to do, man, is to sit down and talk to somebody. I don't care who it is. He can be the same color you or not. And you're gonna find out you're gonna have more in common than differences. Okay. When I left Dumagetti, right before I left Dumagetti, I went to Ground Zero. My buddy Jack Wolfinger, who just happens to be a white guy. He invited me there. He said, hey, come on over here before you leave. So I came over there. I was waiting on my phone. It was him, Ken, Tom, and I believe I'm trying to think of the other guy. It's 4 white guys. I'm the only black guy. I mean, but what's the big deal? See, I wasn't raised like that. Okay. But I do know the difference. I know there's a difference, man, but it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm dealing with character, guys, but at the same time, you gotta understand that more and more black men are coming to the Philippines, how they're interested. And they want to know, they got certain questions that they want answered. And it's better to come from somebody like me than somebody else because those other guys, they really don't know. They're just going to tell you what they heard and all that. They're just men for real. It's just a play on words. Okay. It's going to piss some people off. Well, I'm sorry. Y'all ignorant. You're fragile. You need to get better. Yeah, he said those roads are like crack, man. They are, man. The Esmeralda, she fell in love with it. I fell in love with him. And the staff, yeah, the staff is fire too. Okay, I was Dave and his girlfriend met us there, and I was raising my hand up trying to get their attention. Man, boom, here come the waiters. But actually, it was the manager. And then Marilyn was just doing something. I don't know what she was doing, making a video or something. Had her hand up like that. They was on us. Yeah, he said the staff was way too touchy. But I think that's what I think that's how they get their money from drinks or something. Because they're way too friendly. And it might give people the wrong impression. But I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but one of my subscribers, he left with 2 of them. He says, I have an aversion against Lapu Lapu because my ex-girlfriend went so-called only co-workers to Ocean Pearl. I don't understand. What do you mean? What's up, Juice? He said, hey, Cal, did Soul from True have a good time like she did the other meet and greet you talked about a couple of years ago? No, she was quiet, man. She was like the all her alter ego of the last time I met her. I mean, I had to look at her twice to see like I got saw. And then Jim ended up showing up. The troll girls, I mean the true girls showed up. The other two didn't. But I was shocked, and it meant a lot to me, man, that they even knew I had a live stream and they showed up. They're cool people, man, for real. He says I'm moving to Pampanga from Hawaii in October. Now Sammy Davis, he asked me to have the next meet and greet in Subic Bay. He said he got a nice place with a great restaurant. I've never been to Subic Bay. Hey, thanks. I'm on this boat. Uh, he said, I'd like to find a personal seamstress to custom make my Western shirts. Send the material and threads in the buy-in boxes. Absolutely. See, you bring up something, Modoc Rough that I was talking about before that we never even take advantage of. A lot of people. Now, I'm pretty sure some do. Well, you can have custom made clothes over here, tailor made clothes. I'm talking about where nobody will have them on, but you. Okay, Sammy Davis had made us. He made us some. I mean, really nice. They look really nice on Maryland. These baseball jerseys, specially made from the same lady that made the patches. But we don't even think about that. We don't even come over and do that. I mean, it'd be really, really cheap. You could bring the material. She'll make you a suit. She already said, yeah, I can make you a suit, a dress suit. Just give me the design. Show me a picture of what you want, and I can make it. And she's good like that. But we never do it. Hey, Mario, yeah, we never do it. We never take advantage of that. But when my brother was in the service back in the early 70s, he had some special made clothes in Hong Kong and Thailand. He says, Anthony James says, hey, Calvin, great to meet you last Saturday. Hey, thank you, man. Yeah, Anthony, man, was there. I think you're from, are you from the UK? He says, I like that top five, though. Yeah, yeah, Anthony, yeah, he's the guy from the UK. He had his girlfriend. I think it's his girlfriend. Is that your wife? He said, I can't follow the investing advice of that retired cat. He's broke. Well, I don't know. He's not really broke, but we're not saying follow his advice particularly. We're saying that you may want to start investing and getting some dividends. Imagine he's getting dividends, man. It's pretty damn good. He said the one is like 1,500 a month. Yeah, yeah. Uh, they were they were tall. He says, "Are you from Houston?" No, my friend Monroe. He's from Houston, Texas. He was at the meet and greet, and when he came over from Houston, he bought me and Maryland. He bought me a Houston shirt and Maryland a Texas shirt. And they were really nice shirts. I mean, it's red with a white Houston, and it's that dry fit material. It's comfortable, man. It's Hanes. It's a good one. Hey, what's up, Philly Dom? But yeah, it was a bunch of guys there who I finally was able to put a name to a face. Robert Thomas was there. Omar. Let's see who else I hadn't seen before. Was Sam. His him, um, he said, looking at some land for sale on Sycamore with Ocean View, not a bad deal. Yeah, they're selling a lot of land over there. When I first went over there in 2016, it was so much land available. Imagine nobody was over there in 2016, but the first time I ever heard of Sikihor Island was 2010 when I first went to Dumaguete. And my ex-wife, she pointed over. I was like, "What is that island over there?" And she says, "Oh, that's Sikihor Island. You don't want to go over there. There's a bunch of witches, and she scared me from going." She said, "Yeah, they'll poison your food and this and that." And, you know, I said, "Well, you've been there before." She'd never been there. So fast forward about 7 years later, and I'm watching the Philippines version of Anthony Bourdain. His name was Drew, young guy though, and he was over there, man. It was beautiful. I said, I'm going. The next time I'm in Dumaguete, I'm going. You can either go or stay here. Well, of course, when I went, she went. I think it's the same way that I ended up getting Merlin to go. And I said, no, I'm going. And she fell in love with it. He said, hey, Cal, glad to join another live stream. He said the last meet and greet video was fun. Yeah, man, it's hard to top that DeVal, but as far as the people, man, it was more people, and it was just some amazing people I met, man. It was just genuine, authentic people. I mean, really, really nice people, man. Everybody there. There was no troublemakers. I mean, everybody just had a good time, man. The 4 hours went like that. It went so fast, I couldn't believe it. Everybody's having a good time, man. And then, we always bring our girlfriends with us so they all get to mingle and meet new people too. But yeah, it would be good to have it in Subic. But this guy's pretty sharp, Pendragon. I don't know. He said if I don't have well over 500,000. Yeah, well, that's everybody's different, man. I'm never gonna let money stop me from living my dreams, man, because you don't know how much time you got left. Okay. That's why I don't do budget videos because I don't want to discourage anyone from coming over here. You can come over here and stay 2 weeks, stay a month, however long. You go broke, go back home. What's the big deal about that? But to say you need a specific amount to come over here, that's not true. Then you'll never come. He said, "There's no way I'm spending 4,000 a month in the Philippines. That's asinine to me." Well, that's you. This young guy's sharp, man. He's not some fool. He did 20 years in the military. Okay, anybody can do 20 years in the military. I'm telling you, they're pretty damn sharp. They're pretty damn disciplined. That's not easy to do. He said, Lapu Lapu Cebu. He said, good question, but my answer is Mandawi. He said, that's the best of both worlds. Close to both and half the cost of downtown Cebu. I'm 20 minutes to the airport, 10 minutes to Cebu. But Mandawi isn't Cebu, Mandawi City. Would that be, is that an actual city? Or because I know it's called Mandawi City, but ever since I've been living there, it just seems to me like um, part of Cebu, I thought, but maybe you're right. But I consider all of that across the bridge, Cebu, and on the other side of the bridge, Lapu Lapu. I call them the Twin Cities. Remember, Lapu Lapu is an island, Moncton Island. It's an island to itself. And at one time, it was a tourist in Maragondon, that part of it. I know I'm butchering that word, but that's where the tourist region is. I mean, it was really, really nice. I mean, all the sand, no matter where you went, the sand was, they call it white sand, but it's really like beige, like behind me, this wall behind me. But I'm going to go with Cebu simply because, Lapu Lapu is just too congested. That's the only thing I got against Lapu Lapu. But the further you get out, we were actually in Cordova for the meet and greet. It borders, Lapu Lapu or Moncton. And uh, it wasn't too bad. But on our way back, and the traffic was terrible. He said, I'd say Lapu Lapu for short bursts, but I lean Cebu for long term stuff. I need a lot of stuff that's yet to be developed on Lapu Lapu thus far. Yeah, now I'm gonna tell you something. That Moncton Newtown, now they call it Mega World. Uh, the is it the new Mega World Moncton Newtown? Yeah, that's so much better now than just 2.5 years ago when we were there. I mean, it's almost like they don't have quite as many buildings as IT Park, but all the people and the businesses, they got a couple of nice hotels there now, TJ, the Belmont, and we didn't get to go to the beach. They got a private beach now if you're staying in Moncton, Newtown. When we got there, it was closing, and the guy said, "Let me just see it." He said, "No, it's come back in the morning." But 53 Shades Darker said it was nice. Him and his girlfriend. That's the reason why we went. And I don't know why he didn't show up. He must have, they must have went out or something for Valentine's Day. But Moncton Newtown's got their private beach. Hey, what's up? Phoenix Rising. Yes, Ron Lee. He said, "Hello, Cash. Ron, I met you at the meet and greet. Let me know how they treat you at immigration in the U.S. People of color have been having issues getting back in the country, even with passports." Yeah, well, they always give me a hard time because I'm always gone for a long time. And man, they'll sit there and look me up and down and ask me, "Well, what are you doing over there for so long?" I mean, what do you mean? Is there a limit that I can be gone? But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know. Yeah, we don't care about color, man. Like I told you before, Thomas, I'm supposed to tolerate it. I'm not supposed to be offended from watching white guys all day long. Okay. But if I say every black man has a story, it triggers some people. Not all people, but all they feel, oh, it's uncomfortable. Why? When I'm used to being around just more white folks than it is black. I went to school, and when I was from the 6th grade all the way until I graduated, I went to predominantly white schools because they had started busting. I had no choice. I had to fit in. But when it's the other way around, people seem offended. I'm like, why y'all letting that trigger you? I'm a black man. That's what you see when you see me. You don't have to say every white man has a story. That's what it is. Okay? But I'm not supposed to say anything. We're supposed to, as black men, we're supposed to just sit back and watch video after video after video, white men, they're not even interviewing. They're doing the talking about the Philippines. But if you say anything black, they get triggered. I'm like, well, why? I've been watching YouTube for how many years now? About 6 years. It's never bothered me. But it's like black men, we're not supposed to have nothing. If I say, oh, why can't it be everyone has a story or every expat has a story? No, I'm sorry. It's every black man has a story. You got a problem with it? Keep scrolling, man. Hey, what's up? Lengther, man. Welcome to the fourth quarter, man. Thanks for your support. But I don't see the big deal in it. But it triggers some people. When you talk about race and stuff like that, it triggers people. When I just put up there, okay, Michael Beach Your Life has sent me a screenshot WhatsApp the other day. He said, Cal, you know you closing in on 20 million. I didn't know. I don't think, I don't look at stuff like that. I just put videos out if I feel like I want to talk about something. Well, I put that up there, and the guy, I erased it and got rid of him. Like, you think you're a celebrity in your own man? I was like, no, dude, you think I'm a celebrity. I don't think I'm a celebrity. I've never been that way my whole life. You know, they get triggered by stuff like that. Everybody's a scammer. And I'm like, well, what am I scamming people out of? Okay. But Ryan gave me some good advice, which I think I've gotten better, Ryan. He said, man, don't respond to the trolls. He said, that's what they want. If you only knew, Ryan, how better I've gotten with that, really. You've probably seen me explode a few times, but all you got to do is just put Sunshine Shoulders in the search engine in YouTube. And you see all that crap comes up. I never respond to it. Okay, I've gotten a whole lot better. What's up, Clinton Dow? Let's see. You were in Rio, then you were in Panama, but you said you headed back this way. He said, I'm trying to decide between Moncton and Cebu City. We were staying in the Mangrove Residences. It's fairly new. It's right on the main road. It's just too much traffic for me. I mean, getting across that street, man, and the street is only 2 lanes, 2 small lanes of traffic. But getting across there, man, and then you got all these motorcycles too. It's just too congested. Now, you trying to meet a woman, yeah, you go to Moncton. It's just so many women. They're just all over the place. Just all it's a bunch of everybody just all over the place. It really is congested. So, but if you go back, because you gotta realize Moncton Newtown is about 45 minutes from Cebu. If you just want to go back there and just hang out and because they've got a grocery store, it's like all inclusive, like a bubble city. You could. He said, Mandawi is the rough part of Cebu. I've been there a couple of times. I have a friend that lives in that area. I thought that it was just part of Cebu because they got a place. I bought some furniture when I lived in Cebu. I bought all my furniture from Mandawi Foam, but they call it Mandawi City. But I'm thinking, is it sort of like, I know that's Metro Cebu then. I guess it would be like Quezon City is in Manila, but Mandawi's right in Cebu. It's not even that far. He said your cost of living depends on how much money you have to spend. And it's really a way that you manage your money too. A budget is putting a limit on how much you're going to spend. Now, and you've got to have some type of self-discipline to be able to do that. Most of us don't even have a budget, Thomas. However much money we got, that's our budget. We don't have a budget. If you've got 1,500, you may want to save 300. You don't want to spend all the whole 1,500. But my thing is, I'm never going to tell anybody, oh, it's not enough to live here. I'm not going to do that. Because you can live over here. It's just how you want to live. Remember, I told you, the lower your budget, the lower your security in most cases. So when you come over here and you're living on $1,000 a month, just expect your security's not going to be that well. Okay. He said, Blizz, you're going to get married here. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't get that. But we're not supposed to have anything. I'm not supposed to say black man at all. Don't ever say black. Don't ever talk about race when it's right there in our face. It's not like I invented race. I'm 61. Or if you talk about America now, it triggers some people. They think that you're not supposed to practice your free speech. It's not hate speech. I don't hate America. I love my country. I just made a choice that I like living over here better at this time of my life. For the last 6 years, probably been the best 6 years of my life. I'm not joking. I don't have anything to prove to anybody. There's no reason for me to to say that if it wasn't true. It doesn't mean that I couldn't go back to America and live because I could. I just made a choice not to. But certain people are triggered by stuff like that. When it's apparent, it's right there in your face. But if you say black anything, oh, they go crazy. I don't care. They act like I changed my channel to Every Black Man Has a Story. I should make a separate channel of that. Like, they said, oh, you're disrespecting Mark Thurman. No, I'm not. He didn't own that. That Every Man Has a Story has been out for a long, long time, man. Long before him. What's up, Willie? He said, Cal, when I fly back into the country, TSA always takes me into a secure room. I'm never gone for more than 2 weeks. I really get sick of it. 6 times and counting for me. Yeah, I mean, instead of just, stamping my passport and going on through, I'm like, I'm an American citizen, dude. Just stamp my passport and let me go. I got to get my luggage and then, go check in again. Okay, because one time, I want to say, well, when me and my wife came back from the Philippines in 2017, it caused us to miss our flight. Okay, they had me. Okay, then they took her into another that room with a bunch of other people, and they screened, and I mean, it was forever. Me and my son, we was waiting out there like, what in the world is going on? It's not like it was her first time coming in and out of the country. I guess it's just who that was on duty. But remember, some people put on those uniforms and they transform, man. They turn into somebody else. He said, I love the Every Black Man Story video. I'm so sick and tired of black people, why people acting so afraid to be prideful. You still catching hell from that BBC video you did. Yeah, it's like I'm not offending anybody. I'm not trying to offend anybody. But I've gotten to the point where I'm not gonna justify anything I do. Just keep scrolling. But I don't know why they get triggered by that. I mean, black men aren't supposed to have anything. I can't say every black man has a story. I'm supposed to just hey Mike Alexander. He says, thanks for your support all this time, man. He said our brother Frank is in the hospital. Which one? Frank Tate? Lilibet's husband? Is that the Frank you're talking about? Yeah, he said, yeah, that's the power trip. Something's going on. He said global entry makes it nice and smooth coming back into the country. Well, when you go out west, you usually have less trouble though. So I'm gonna be flying in Seattle for the first time. I'll see how that is, and I'll compare it, okay, to coming back because I've been gone for 6 years. And they may grill me. He says that Michael Alexander, I seen he was at the hospital. I didn't know if they admitted him. Who? Which one? Oh, okay, yeah, Frank Tate. Yeah. Wow. Now Frank Tate's a good guy. Now, the Dragon guy who says he wouldn't listen to advice from the young guy. Well, I bet you would listen to advice from Frank Tate. That's what he was, and he did very well for himself. He said, "I wish they would ask me crazy questions. I'd fall back with crazy answers with a straight face." Yeah, they give me the runaround, man. But what am I doing over in the Philippines? Who do I know over there? Why did I leave, for 18 months or whatever it was? And they give me the once over, man. I'd be tripping like, dude, I'm an American. Let me in here, man, before I miss my flight. Yeah, that's what they said it's Frank Tate. Yeah, he's a long time follower, man. His wife's got a channel. I was on me and Marilyn. She interviewed us. I'm trying to think. I believe when I came back from Thailand. Man, time flies. Okay. When I was at that ACS event, I looked over at the JRC lady and I said to her, damn, I've been dealing with you for over 4 years. For 4 years. I mean, it went by just like that. Imagine I'm getting ready. Okay. I was gonna have to leave in June anyway. Man, he says, "Hey, that cow watcher from Australia with my Panay wife. Hey, mate, I've had several help me, man. He's from a tribe over there. He gave me, one of their shirts. I don't even wear it now. I went through Seattle on my last trip. No problems. But you've been gone a while. Yeah, I usually come through Chicago, man. They're tough guys in Chicago. Yes, you won't have a problem. That's why a lot of Filipinos, when they come to America with that K1 visa or whatever it is, they like to come through California and stuff like that. They say it's less of a hassle. Australians have stayed at my house. He said the world's afraid of anything with black. I don't know what it is, Michael Dawsonville. I think people are paranoid. I don't get that. Um, we're not supposed to, we're supposed to just blend in and that's it, I guess. I don't know. But they don't have a problem with, the other different cultures and stuff. A mostly size house like ours. Believe it or not, my house is 54 to 56 square meters. Believe it or not. But the layout makes it look bigger. It's plenty size for us, man. But remember, Sophia and Booby, that's small. And then her mother, then me and Merlin. Even when Sahara was there, we got 2 bedrooms. Our bedroom is big. Anybody's been in my house, I always show them my bedroom. I want to show them how big it is. Now the girls' bedroom's not that big, but it's big enough. It's got a full size bed in there. And they can go in and get to their dresser and stuff like that. Then we got the bathroom, and we got the kitchen and the dining area and the living room. But I wanted somewhere where I could walk around my property, inside the gate. I didn't want, because a lot of places over here, you'll see it. I mean, even in the rich neighborhoods where you got the big house, it takes up all the whole lot. So all you have, the fence goes around, but you can't get around it. The fence is up against the house. You're gonna see that over here. I didn't want that, and I told Merlin that because when Sidney Gibson and he's I hope he has a safe trip. He's on his way somewhere right now. He's probably in the air right now. He was staying in this real nice place. Now the place that he was staying in, it wasn't like that. It was in a big yard. But right up the street, it was a real nice, I mean, a beautiful house. But all you could do is walk out the front door. You couldn't walk left or right. And you see a lot of that. You'll see it in St. Carlos City. So yeah, maybe 150 to 200 square meters, then build you a 55, 60 square meter house. I would. Depending on how big it is. If it's just you, I mean, how big your family. If it's just you and your girlfriend or wife and 1 or 2 children, that's all you need. He says, Nick, look back at your past. Pick the smallest place you felt comfortable in. Now double that size. That's perfect for here. He said, these 3 years are gone by fast. I guess I must be having fun. Well, that's what I told Dave. I said, because, he comes here like 2 weeks at a time. I said, the time goes fast here, doesn't it? He said, man, you wouldn't believe how fast the time flies here because you're having fun. Man, my 6 years, man, doesn't seem like 6 years. Okay. And I don't want to go back. He said, I think Asian women are beautiful and have been with some of them myself over the years, but I just don't see the unique appeal. All women of all races have their own beauty. Well, what I like about Philippines is I'm talking about the typical Filipino. I'm not talking about these bloggers, guys. Okay, I'm not talking about, and even the ones they uh, interview. The typical Filipino, she's just humble, man. They're just so easy to get along with. Okay, they're so cooperative, man. They're friendly. That's their appeal to me. Looks, yeah, they got that, but they got more than looks because there's beautiful people everywhere. But all the women that I've dealt with over here, they're easy to get along with. You know, they're just very cooperative. I'm not even going to say submissive because they are to an end. They're submissive to an end because they're going to get what they want. And I don't have a problem with that because I'm going to get what I want. I'm not going to get in the way of them getting what they want. But that's the appeal. Okay, and there's that distinct, there's that clear, distinct line in the relationship. See, I fell in love with that. That is not in America. I don't wash my clothes over here, and I could. I don't cook over here, and I can cook. I don't clean the house, and I can. It's just a land there. Okay, I eat first. I don't ask them that. Man, that's a big argument. You see it on social media all the time. And of course, American women say, "I'll feed the kids first, and then the man." Now over here, the man eats first. He eats absolutely first. And then once I get my plate, they make my plate, and I'm sitting down with my plate. Now here's everybody else. Is that right or wrong? I don't know. That's how it is over here. And I like that. It took me a while to get used to it because I felt funny about it. But I'm not in America over here. He says, as a white man, I like that every black man has a story series. We're not moving yet. He says, each race should have pride in their heritage. There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely. Traveling dude, this is all I'm saying. As a black man, I don't have a choice. If I go to the movies, more than likely the people on the screen are going to be white. And turn on the news, and every now and then you'll see that. But I'm not supposed to say anything about it. Okay, it's the status quo basically. When you turn on YouTube, it's the same thing. No one says anything about that. If I'm black, I'm not supposed to say anything about all these white bloggers, which I don't because it's not a problem to me. But the minute you put black in anything, people start screaming and hollering. It triggers people. It just shows you, man, that we've come a long way, but we got a long way to go. And I'm just being honest with you. We got a long way to go. What's up, Michael Onstad? He said, safe travels, buddy. Thanks for that super chat. Now, everybody's always asking about uh, health insurance. Okay, the guy was saying, oh, I won't listen to that guy with investment. Well, if you want to talk about healthcare, this is the guy to talk to. How many years you got now, Mike? When I met you, I think you had 33. So what you got, like 36? No, you had 32. So you got like 36 or something. But he's got a Facebook group. It's called Healthcare in the Philippines on the Facebook group. You have all your questions answered. Get a quote, get a policy. they more than likely will cover you from over here uh, in Southeast Asia. And he's a good guy too. He says it's okay, excuse me, for both sides to get what they want for exchange ain't no robbery. Yeah, I'm not gonna get in the way of the women getting what they want. You know, we just can't come over here expecting something for nothing. And a lot of people are doing that. You know, you're not at home, man. It's just a different equation over here. Okay, what did she say? He's okay, or is he back home? He said, let Frank know we asked about him. Yeah, in the community, everybody. But yeah, Thomas, man, you shocked me, man. You're a lot slimmer, man. You're a lot younger looking than uh, your age. You're older than me, but you look younger than me. No, no, but see, actually, uh, it doesn't matter though. It has nothing to do with Mark Thornton, okay? And you know, I can't. I'm not responsible for what you think. Remember, guys, you have to understand something. I'm not responsible for your happiness, Sheldon. So a lot of what I say and a lot of what I do, you're not gonna be happy with. Okay, I'm not responsible for your happiness. I didn't do that. It has nothing to do with Mark Thornton. He did not own the words "Every Man Has a Story." That was the name of his channel. This is a series of mine. It's just a play on words, okay? So if you don't want to see it, keep scrolling. I don't owe you an explanation. I owe you nothing. Okay, so I'm sorry. You guys get triggered. See, like him, he gets triggered. It was no right away. So what am I supposed to do? I mean, the only thing that uh, life is all there is. You either alive or you unalive. Mark is no longer alive. Okay, you gotta let the dead bury the dead. I would never be dead or bad about the dead because we're all gonna die. You know, but I didn't disrespect him at all. Well, that's okay. You can think it's corny, Shelton. We don't care what you think. Them white men over here. Do you realize that? Okay. And I don't think I want to be okay. If you sit around, if I met you and we sit down and talk, and you put that bullshit to the side, you would be surprised at how much we had in common. Okay. Because you have no idea. You don't know me. He said in the States when we said Black Lives Matter, they said all lives matter. They took the whole movement out of context. Yeah, it's always like that. If you put black in anything, even though they know it's separate, they're gonna have a problem with it. You know. He said that Thomas Marshall, he said, I understand, I always make sure Frank and I will have a good doctor and care. Yeah. Yeah, I guess he wants me to do a eulogy. I don't know. But he had a whole lot of success interviewing white men. He didn't have to name it every white man has a story. It was apparent. That's all he interviewed. Even though he interviewed me, of all the time he was on the channel, man, I guarantee you can count on your hand the time he interviewed black men. But I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to just like it, which I did. I enjoyed his channel, depending on who he's interviewing. Yeah, yeah. Some guy says, "Oh, you need to change it to every expat has a story." Y'all crazy, man. He says, "I love that you of A University of Houston shirt. I graduated from University of Houston." Yeah, man. Monroe Anderson bought that for me, man. I love his shirt already. The way it feels on me, man. It's just a beautiful shirt. He spent some money for that shirt. That's not a cheap shirt. It's a nice dry fit shirt. Yeah, anything. Uh, he says, I think Mark would enjoy your series. Well, he probably didn't even watch my channel. You know, it's only people like that. Mark wouldn't have cared because it has nothing to do with Mark. It has absolutely nothing to do with Mark. You guys got to come around more. Come to some of these meet and greets. You'll see. When you get way over here 8,000 miles away, man, color don't mean nothing, man. It shouldn't. We get along a whole lot better over here than we do there. I tell you that right now. You see Roger Walker, Michael Beach, like some of the closest guys over here. They just happen to be white. So what, man? That's so petty, guys. He said, based on the acclaimed series. Yeah. Yeah, he said King's broadcaster Grant Napier was far from saying all that, man. Yeah, but see, that's the media and stuff. That's not the people. That's just that old bureaucracy and those woke and just all that old council culture over there. Okay. But anybody of mostly adult men, you know good and damn well there's an equal but separate society going on over there. They still call black quarterbacks black quarterbacks. They're not quarterbacks. A black president. Whatever you are, they had a damn fit. Oh, I'm sorry. Lilibet. Yeah, let Frank know we're thinking about him. Now, what did you say? Is it okay? He's okay. I mean, is he out of the hospital or was he admitted? She said, that's important, guys, especially those brothers always save money for your health, especially if you live in the Philippines. You see what the young guy said. He said, I want to have at least a million. He said, I'll make sure to have at least a million pesos in the bank just in case something went wrong. And it's really not a lot of money. I don't have a million, but that's my goal. And I told Marilyn that's our goal to have a million in the bank, free and clear. It's about what? 17,000 right now, something like that, a little bit over 17,000. He said, PAL begins nonstop service this May from Cebu to Saigon, man. That's going to be good. Uh, this guy, Sam, he was just one of the greatest guys, man. When you see his guy, he dresses real nice. Him and his wife, they're both flight attendants. He's been flying for 33 years. He started when they were smoking. He said, Cal, when I started flying, they were smoking. And I know he's telling the truth because when I was in the Navy and I got out of boot camp and I flew from Chicago to San Diego, San Diego for my A school, they were smoking in the back. And he said, yeah, they were smoking. He said it went from 4 rows to 2 rows, and now it's over. But imagine this guy flies. You know, I'm just worried about making one round trip to the States and back to the Philippines. This guy does it 4 times every damn week. It put it all in perspective. And don't you know, I met him before. I never asked him what he did for a living. I never asked him this time. I said something because I said, where are y'all staying? He said, normally when we come to the Philippines, we stay in Manila because I'm here several times a week. And I'm like, well, what do you do? It makes you be in Manila several times a week. He said, I'm a flight attendant. I fly that direct flight from San Francisco to Manila. And I was shocked. I said, well, how much time do you get off? He said, I get 27 hours off. And then I got to go right back. You know. So he said, Cal, I said, well, how do you handle flying? He said, it don't bother me. He said, because I know the science behind it. Okay. He said, when it gets rough up there, I'm happy. He said, because they got these little, he said, like these little beds like this. He said, I can sleep then. He said, but I know it's not going to be any problem. Yeah, he says that, and this is true right here. This is what basically what I'm saying. What I'm saying, we're supposed to just sit back and watch everything going on and don't say anything. But he says people are so accustomed to black people being invisible that whenever a black person becomes prominent, people start having an issue with that. Is that cognitive dissonance or what? I don't know, but you're right. See, I'm supposed to be invisible. I'm not supposed to say anything like that. It triggers people when they know that what in the world is wrong with that. You look at me, you see a black man, but I'm not. We're not supposed to have anything. Hey, what's up, Jack? Now this is a good friend of mine. I consider him a good friend of mine here. If I were, he's taking me out, me and Maryland. Yeah. Uh, Me and Maryland out to dinner many times on him with his he just happens to be a white guy. But it doesn't matter to me, man. It's never matter. That's negative. Maybe Cal is doing that I respect. He said, great service, Cal. It's just something that came across my mind. It's just a play on words. I said, wow, that would be a good series. Every black man has a story. To highlight black men over here. You see us how many black vloggers, prominent black vloggers do you see in the Philippines compared to everybody else? They don't have a problem with the the hungry Syrian, Filipino P. There's a guy in Luzon, he's got a bigger following, a bigger channel than me. The black Filipino. But the minute I say every black man has a story, they lose their man. Yeah, we're all in the same boat. He said, Cal, you inspired me to start making videos with my GoPro and upload my videos to YouTube. You might as well. You got to, if you're watching this live stream right now and you're able to comment because you're logged in to YouTube, you have a YouTube channel. You're just not uploading content. YouTube's earning money off you. You're just not earning anything. Who knows what your channel is going to do? Well, I know for certain it's not going to do anything unless you start uploading videos. Do you think, man, when I started 4.5 years ago, that I would look up, I get 20 million views? That's crazy. I know these other people probably got 100 million or whatever. I can't, their views don't pay my bills and all of that. I'm just talking about my channel. It's a crazy number. But I wouldn't have had one view had I not just had the nerve to start my channel, to start putting stuff out there. I mean, it blows my mind to sit here with 20 million views. It's a lot of views, man. He said, they treating you like you the Philippines version of Minister. God. I don't know what it is. Uh, 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 but the people long before me, it's just that I've got attraction over here now. And I met some of the most amazing people, man. Black, white, Asian. You saw there was all of these meet and greet. People who watch my channel and stuff like that. But I don't apologize. What do they say? I'm unapologetically black because that's who hey, I appreciate miles away. He says, Cal, we all know you're the OG of this Philippine genre. I will continue promoting your narrative of black men moving to the Philippines on and off my channel. Shout out to you, my brother. Thank you, man. I mean that. He says, how much money did you have when you first moved to the Philippines, Cal? When I moved, three of them, and I had 14,000 in commissions coming. But I also had starting in January, which I got in December, starting January 1st, I was gonna have about 19. But I'm gonna have to get off of here, guys. Thank y'all so much for all your support over years, all your super chats, super stickers, all your thumbs up, because I'm losing my channel. We started rolling. If y'all in Manila, I'm gonna be in Manila tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, man. Take care, y'all. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.